Hello, lovely people. I welcome you once again to Bright and Clara's channel. Thank you all for clicking. This is episode 15 on Project Adjoa and Dennis. In fact, it's been a while since I share video. I've been roaming, going here and there, and then traveled to Ghana on vacation. I left to Ghana sometimes in September and I came back in November. Okay, and so I'm ready to share a lot that has happened on this particular project. This is a beautiful 4-bedroom house. It was designed by Jonathan Tete. Okay, it comes with a roof terrace. Okay, the beautiful backyard electrical room and storage area. So that's the design that you have. This is where we're going to have our solar batteries and polytank filtration system and all of that at the backyard. All right, so we are starting here with the Oversight casting in episode 14. If you have not watched Project Adjoa and Dennis, you will notice that I ended the video in episode 14 where we started off with the Oversight casting. You understand? And ever since that video, I'm not sure if I have dropped any video on the continuation. Okay, and then I think I moved on to Project Danji, and other various projects that we were also focusing on. So today I want to take you back to Project Adjoa and Dennis, and so it will be the video for about a week, so I can make sure I take you to where we have gotten to as of now. In concrete casting, this is what we call the Oversight concrete casting. Okay, yes, when you're building a house or building constructions in Ghana, we have certain terminologies, and these terminologies are common to those that are particularly in that industry. If you go to accounting, they have their language they speak. So in construction, we also have our language, and these languages are used to communicate so you can understand exactly the various stages of the project. So this is what we call the Oversight concrete casting. And in this Oversight concrete casting, you can see that we've done what we call the mesh. We've laid our DPM, which is a dam-proof course. Okay, and then we did the Oversight facial boarding. Everything was done perfectly according to our tastes and quality. Again, we did what we call the ground beams. So the foundation alone, it's super solid. You understand? The foundation alone, it's super solid, and there's no way you can find any fault with the foundation. Are you with me? There's no way you can find any fault with the foundation. In fact, we invested so much into the foundation. Yes, we invested so much into the foundation. So here you see the team preparing the mesh. Okay, there are various reasons why we do mesh, which I have explained in most of my videos. Mesh are very important upon a site visit of the architect. The architect will now design the house and provide mesh based on the nature of the land. You understand? Based on the nature of the land, the architect will indicate whatever that needs to be done in the process of constructing the house. And so in so doing, he indicated the mesh. Mesh are very, very important in areas such as waterlogged areas. Are you with me? Yes, areas that you find that the soil is not as hard as compared to other mountainous areas. And so to avoid any sink in, we provide mesh. Mesh protect the building from sinking in or to avoid any future cracks that may occur. Okay, and for that matter, introducing mesh and ground beams are very, very necessary. Okay, it protects and prevents crack or sink in, mostly after laterite failing, we usually leave the soil to settle down properly in the partitions, and providing more water constantly to enable the laterite to settle down. In this process, not all the laterite actually get to settle down. It takes time for it to properly settle down. And to avoid any future occurrences, we do what we call the compacting. Okay, yes, and the compacting. So the compacting has taken care of the laterite, but the building itself, with time, will now settle down. Every house, when you build it, you have to give it time so that the building will now sit down properly. That will take months or years. And when that happens, you don't want to have any cracks coming from the foundation all the way up. And that is why it is important to introduce what we call the ground beams. Are you with me? And areas as I mentioned, that the soil level is not as good as compared to other mountainous areas, mesh and ground beams are necessary to be able to avoid such incidents from happening. So we were through with the oversight casting. The next day we started off with the setting out, which is the superstructure setting out, superstructure block work. Okay, in construction, okay, these terminologies are important. So here, this is what we call the DPC, dam proof course. DPC, DPC. Okay, so DPCs are damp proof course that also disallow any moisture to permeate through the block work that may have any adverse effects on your painting or your block work. Okay, because of the nature of the land, DPCs are necessary to disallow any moisture, okay, or any capillary action that takes place within the soil due to salt content, okay, excess water in the soil. DPCs are there to disallow these waters from traveling from underneath to all the way to the top. So it's like a barrier. It stops the water from traveling, or the capillary action from traveling from underneath all the way to the top. And as you notice, in the foundation trench casting, we introduce the DPM in the foundation. And then on the oversight casting, as you can see, we also introduce the DPM. And again, we are introducing a DPC in this process as well. So all three stages, we have protected the foundation. And this makes your foundation a little bit on the high side because of all these things that you're introducing. Aside the DPM and the DPC, we are also introducing what we called the waterproof chemical, which is the bitumen waterproof chemical. Bitumen. Bitumen are adhesive waterproof coating that we apply on the peripheral and then on the inside of the block work. These are severe waterproof chemicals that protect the block. It disallows any permeable water, from soaking into the block, or the block from soaking the water. And this is important. Since most of the blocks go down into the foundation, bitumen waterproof coating are necessary to avoid any degrading of the block work over time. And so it is necessary. As you can see, we've done what we call the setting out. We are not yet completed, but this tells you, it shows you all the demarcation of the bedrooms, kitchen, hall, everything as pertaining to the drawing. We need to demarcate all of them before you begin to stack up the blocks. You don't just get up and start laying the blocks. No, you need to do what we call the setting out of the superstructure. And this is a complete setting out indicating the various areas. And at this point, you will then have a better view of how big the room is, the kitchen, the wardrobe, the closet, or the living area, everything is well appreciated from here. Are you with me? So this will bring us to the end of episode 15. I'm coming your way with episode 16 for a continuation and also a better explanation. If you love this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. From me to you, shalom. God bless you wherever you are. Bye bye.